Hi, just some discussion today regarding the rigidity of the hook splint relative motion orthosis. So we have had some great feedback. Sort of wondering, as they pull the splint out of the bag, is this really going to be rigid enough? I think some people got a first impression that this isn't going to keep a finger relatively extended or flexed enough. Don't be fooled, a lot of thought went into this. We used many more rigid bands and more flexible bands to try and find that optimal bridge between comfort and functionality and achieving the outcome you want. And what happens is when this gets fitted and locked properly, it gains multiple levels of rigidity. So you have your hook splint coming out of the bag. It's a little flexible. You put it around the patient's hand, you size it, and once you're happy with the size, that becomes a very straightforward step quickly. Then you just do a quick lock here. Then the rigid zone, the doubled over zone comes back. You find the appropriate perforation on the other side. That pops through the tab. And then again, a little curl and crimp of the tab. It slides in the hole. And there's your hook splint. You size, get the rigid zone where you want it on the dorsum of the finger. And so already it's gained some rigidity. And the fact that it's got some tensioning around the fingers that it surrounds adds to the rigidity. So then when you take the finger out, whichever finger that's going to be, it really stays up proud. And you notice that splint isn't dipping down into the hand after I flex. It's got a very minimal little dip as the bridge, and it stays comfortable. And so it gets rigid, it gets plenty rigid to achieve the amount of relative flexion or extension that you need. If for whatever reason, maybe a really bad sagittal band or something like that, you just need this finger way up higher, you may need to use a different technique, that's okay. But for the majority, this gives plenty of extension or relative flexion for the fingers involved so that you can get the outcomes you need.